Hey guys, welcome aboard. If you're new, welcome back. If you're not, welcome home, if that suits you. Today we're going to do another pick a card reading because you guys seem to like it. So, okay, here we go. We have 3 decks. The first deck is the Miriyan Tarot, and these are the images and the artwork. So, if that feels good to you, that might be your deck today. It's pile number 1. Pile number 2 is Shadowscapes, the artwork of which is so beautiful. And if that feels resonant to you, that might be your deck today. That's deck number 2. The third deck is the Celestial Tarot. And if that feels resonant to you, that might be your deck today. Just choose whichever one you're most drawn to. Don't think about it too much. You can watch one or all, or 2, it's fine. However that works for you. And we're looking at about the next 10 days, remembering that not all messages will be for all people. So if it fits, pick it up, and if it doesn't, just leave it right where it is. Hold on, let's get to it. All right, pile 1, you chose the Miriyan Tarot deck. So let's get right in. We're just going to pull some cards and see what happens here. Okay. That's how you're feeling about it, huh? Remember that 10 days is always, of course, just a very loose time frame. This message is for you if it finds you at the right time, and if it fits. No stress, no worries. That's how we do. Oh, hello. By the way, I don't read reversals. And I just go with what feels like the right card for me. So the Knight of Swords and the Hanged Man are a couple of very different energies. The Knight of Swords is, swords are always about ideas, concepts, intellect, right? How you think, how you communicate, how you express. The Knight of Swords wants to be in expression, wants to be in motion, right? So this is how your ideas move, and the Hanged Man is how your ideas shift in perspective and stillness. So these are different kind of energies, right? The Nine of Cups, of course, is about wish fulfillment. This is about how you choose your own emotional contentment, right? So depending on whether or not you're going to be in motion or whether or not you're going to be looking for that divine perspective is all about how you choose your center, right? Your focus. So you can be the calm center in the middle of chaos if you so choose. Depending on what's going around you. Let's pull a few more cards just for a little bit of clarity. Wow, thank you. Okay. Well, see, that makes sense. So the Devil is a card of this world, right? This 3D world. So this is how we form our bonds or attachments. And the way that that works is, oh, see, that's funny. The way that works is, where are you, right? So where are you in block? Where are you preventing your own happiness, right? Where are your ideas in the way of what you're here to achieve, in the way of how you get those wishes fulfilled? The King of Swords right here is about reservation, right? In Eileen Land, we know that the kings are about mastery of an element. And so this is mastery of the air element, which means I have ideas, but I'm not governed by them. I'm choosing how I move forward in this world. I'm not going to act impulsively, regardless of how I'm triggered, regardless of of the way that I might feel about a situation. I know that my presence, my groundedness, right? Even though this is cups, this is about how you show up in your feelings, and how you're willing to feel them. And this is knowing that you're responsible for them, right? This is a card of reactiveness. This is a card of waiting. And so if we witness the ways that we choose to do that in our most healed sense, right? Cups being, of course, that emotional element. How are you choosing, right? How are you choosing your attachments? How are you choosing your cycles and patterns, right? Because we can rationalize them, or we can sit in witness to them, right? In that observer element, as opposed to being the observation, being the active component. We can wait, we can sit, we can process, and then act accordingly, which makes all the difference, right, in how we show up in the world. Yeah, let's grab one quick oracle card here just to kind of clarify this. You know, I don't want these to be really super long. I just kind of want to give you a framework for the week, or the 10 days, or whatever's going to, yeah, that one, okay, or whatever's going to show up for you. Ooh, okay, that's exciting. So transits. Okay, so the way that this works here with this energy is absolutely to be in control, right? To remind yourself to stop and breathe, right? Practice the pause before you act impulsively, simply because what you've always done is going to get you what you always have gotten. And so if that works for you, beautiful, beautiful. But I'm going to probably think that if that works for you, you're not sitting here listening to tarot. So if you're looking to shift your response, your capacity to respond, you have to shift the way that you're thinking in order to not act impulsively and recreate those results, right? If you want to change and you want to become responsible, you want to become responsible, right? Then you have to sit with the fact that how you are the center of the wheel instead of a spoke, or instead of a cog on the outside, is what makes all the difference. And sometimes that is a shift in perspective, right? In the way that you're processing a situation. So as this period of time moves for you, just try to stop, disengage, think, right? Choose what you're going to do next. Right? You're in control of that much. You might not have control about how your emotions flare or how you feel about a situation, but you can practice the pause, right? The King of Swords says, just take half a second, think 2 seconds ahead, right? Think 2 seconds ahead. How am I going to respond? And that is going to change your show up, right? That's going to change your impulsiveness. And this is the idea of impulsiveness, right? This isn't that Wands energy, oh, I'm so magnetized to whatever it is that's coming. This is that Swords energy, I have to, right? It's the kind of compulsion when it comes to response or reaction. So take a breath, right? Stop and pause. That pile number 1 is your message. Good luck. Hi, pile number 2. All right. Let's see what your messages are for the next 10-ish days, right? However that sits, however that fits for you. Again, remembering that this message finds you when it finds you. And it fits if it fits. And if not, that's okay. So also a quick reminder that I don't deal with reversals. And I just kind of grab the energy as it pops out. So it's always good. So, the Devil and the Eight of Wands, right? So the Devil is always about how, wow, 2 8s, okay. How we are, well, let's start here for a minute. The Devil is about how our cycles repeat, right? Where we believe we're attached, where we believe we are obligated or bound to recreate, or where we are unconsciously and mindlessly, right? Recreating our cycles, our habits, our patterns, what we're calling in, what we're conjuring. And the Eight of Wands is forward motion, right? This is how we move on our passion, our impulse. And the Eight of Cups is the Eight of Cups is a card of walking away, right? So this might be you exiting, identifying a pattern, right, that is not in keeping with what you want to create, what makes you feel fulfilled, or what gets you out of bed in the morning, right? That's wand energy, your reason, your why, that thing that pulls you forward. And the Eight of Cups says, there's a situation in my life, a place, a person, a thing, any of those things that is not bringing me emotional fulfillment. And I'm going to walk away. Like, I've made the determination that this cycle is unhealthy for me and I'm out of here. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information about that. Just a little bit more. How about it? Ooh, Seven of Swords. Okay, so Seven of Swords is about trickery, deceit, right? Betrayal. So there might be either someone or something in your life that has been, or that you believe has been, right, deceptive. And this could also, by the way, be a place where you've been deceiving yourself, right? Because swords are about ideas, swords are about expectations, swords are about the way that you process and gather information. And the Emperor is about structure, right? So you may have believed a certain thing about the structure of your beliefs. It may be that simple. It may be simply, I'm going to change this routine. It could be that easy. Absolutely it could. Or it could be that this represents a person or a place or a situation in your life that you know is wrong, that you know feels wrong, right? Perhaps you jumped into something impulsively and now you're regretful and you're choosing, right, to up-level your choice and walk away from that. Whatever that is, the motion is required, and it's motion on your belief system. The Emperor indicates that it's something that you definitely have control over. And it's just about asserting your control and coming into, let's call it, just claiming that power that you have, right? Claiming your power as opposed to being run by this pattern, this belief, this cycle. You already know that it's nonsense. And this week you are being invited to move away from that. And it's kind of like you're going to move away fast. Like you already know that it's bullshit, whatever it is. Whether you're calling yourself on bullshit or whether it's something in your existence. Either way that works, you're going to walk away from it like a boss, like the boss that you are, right? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Ooh, oh, beautiful. Okay, look at that. So, the South Node, this is the past, right? So, representatively here, especially with this 33, oh, yeah, you've got a pair of 8s and a pair of 3s. I mean, I think that wins, right? So, this is about how you already know, right? South is about how you come in to a situation. So this is definitely something that you already know. This is a situation that you probably stepped into because it felt good, or it sounded good, or it looked good, or anything like that. And so you simply chose to just, yeah, sure, this will be great. But you knew in the outset that this wasn't going to work, or that it wasn't going to work for long, right? So you already have the skill set to step out of this. You already have the awareness of how and why. It might not be a pleasant thing, right? It might not be a comfortable shift or change, but you know you have to do it. You don't have choices, because staying in the situation is absolutely untenable. It does not feel good. You know that it's unhealthy for you. And the reason that you've stayed there for so long is just because you've been rationalizing. So no more rationalizing. So pile number 2, whatever it is that you're moving away from, you already know. I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, get that done. Hey, pile number 3, welcome back. All right, let's see what you guys have going on for the next however long period of time whenever you stroll. Okay, thank you. Whenever you stroll in for it. Ooh, 4 of Swords. Okay, so you're healing from something, and you're kind of in patient mode. You're in waiting to see mode. You're looking for that thing. Ooh, everybody's having a week. Thank you. Oh, well, look at that. So you're waiting. You're looking for that that thing that's going to offer you the shift in perspective, right? 4 of Swords is so let's talk about it. I love talking about the 4 Swords for some reason. So the 3 of Swords is about loss, betrayal, heartache, right? But swords are always about ideas. So they're about the way that you are witnessing something as a loss, as a betrayal, as heartache. And that is never to dismiss or detract from what you're feeling, but what the 4 of Swords offers you is a new perspective, right? A new perspective on that healing. Perhaps it's about how you got where you got, or why you got there, or the way that you showed up and engaged with a situation that created loss or sadness or heartache or betrayal for you. And so this is taking responsibility and shifting perspective, right, on what happened. Now, the 7 of Swords, this is a card of betrayal, right? This is a card of trickery, of manipulation. It's a card of really fooling yourself or someone else, or trying to, right? Trying to. Sometimes we try to tell ourselves a little story about something, but it generally doesn't work. This, we're always coming back to love, right? Come on, it's so cute. Look at that. I love this 2 of Cups. It's so sweet. So this could, depending on you, of course, be about it could be about an argument that you had with somebody that you love, and it could be about some very impulsive behaviors. It could be about some crazy stuff that you did that maybe wasn't in keeping with the love story that you're telling. It could also be simply a way that you're out of alignment with yourself and your own experience of love, right? 2 of Cups is about that divine feeling of love. It's about being in alignment with love, not just in a loving, intimate relationship, but in any relationship, even the one with yourself, right? So take it in the broadest sense, and then let's look down here and say that this 8 of Wands says this was probably a sudden, impulsive action, right? You did something or said something that, or heard something, right? You can be on that receiving end or the expressive end, depending, either way. And perhaps it was something that wasn't very You know, it was off kilter in that it wasn't something you normally would do, right? It was out of keeping with your own stability. And perhaps you knew it when you did it, but you did it anyway, because sometimes we're pulled forward in ways that aren't always the most comfortable, but we still get pulled forward in those ways. It's about how quickly you're able to get back to that, if in fact you're able to. So this might be a week of eating crow for you, right? Of having to apologize, of having to say, oh, I was out of line, right? This could be your biggest invitation this week to say, oh, I made an error. And if that's the case, go ahead and claim it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? There's plenty of worse things than saying you're sorry, than acknowledging your error. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm feeling. So if that's you, pile number 3, I would advise you to simply be as swift and sure with your heartfelt apology as you were with whatever got you there. Oh yeah, so you get the card of Pisces as your oracle. So okay, so let's also just witness how these two cards mirror one another, right? We have this beautiful Pisces energy. We have this gorgeous, flowy, I mean, they're mirrors. So here's the deal. It's always about coming back to the love. It's always about coming back to your feelings, right? Our ideas and our passions can get us into sticky situations sometimes. But if we're stabilized, if we're grounded in love, hopefully we can make amends for the things that we do, the ways that we trip over ourselves. Because we all trip over ourselves sometimes, right? So if that's you, default to the love, default to your stable groundedness, default to your felt sense of that experience. You know where and what. And if you screwed up, default to, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry I stepped out of line. This might be something you said, or that was said to you. And so here's the deal. If you're on the receiving end, if it was something that was said to you and someone does make amends, default to love, right? Show the benefit of the doubt if it's warranted. You'll know if it's warranted. Perhaps this is your message to choose whether or not it's warranted or not, right? So pile 3, if that's your message, there you go. All right, guys, regardless of what you chose, I wish you the best for the next 10 days or however long it works for you. Again, these are not messages for everyone, so pick up what works, put down what does not, and as always, keep your knees soft and your face smiling, right? Take good care and be blessed.